Adam Rayner here, Talk Audio TV, sponsored by Sony, apropos of which I've actually had to learn about a new little feature of my camcorder today, because what I'm doing is, well, the bits of kit are so simple that you'd think, oh, but it's turned out to be really quite technically complex. Anyway, www.incartech.co.uk. Now, In-Car Tech are run by Mr. Steve Patient, who was the man behind auto leads that are now sold by the mighty Halfords chain. Chap's an engineer, a damn clever one, and the simplest things are often, well, why did nobody think of that? They're just elegant and brilliant. Now, this day and age, we've got an awful lot of things that run on USB, and everybody wants to plug stuff in. Now, let me just press this button here, which is the focus thing here. Going to manual, focus, manual. I'm going to zoom in, as soon as I get this in shot, on this little piece of kit here. This is a USB socket on a cigar lighter type thing. All the little circuitry in there. Now, if I reach down here, keep this in shot, my gosh, I fouled this up a few times. And basically that little bit goes on top there. I'm going to shove this little bit in there and boop, there we go. So there's the two little wires. There is a straightforward replacement USB instead of a cigar lighter in your car. Now, what if you've got one of those car radios that says AUX-in? Okay, AUX-in. But you haven't actually got this little socket anywhere in your car. The AUX-in on the back of the car hi-fi is usually going to need a pair of these to go in. So, yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. It's just an RCA cord with a plug hole on the end. I mean, it just makes perfect sense, doesn't it? But we do only have one cigar lighter, so in our cars generally. So what if, you know, you actually want something that does pretty much all of it? Well, there is another product, and I've been unpackaging it. I unboxed it. Here it is. It's this thing here. Basically, it's a USB and an auxiliary thing, and of course, in classic British television fashion, here's one I prepared earlier. Now, this comes as well. It's got a dinky little cover. You can obviously pop that shut when it's not in use in the car, and you can see that will go into the panel rather nicely. And of course, what it's got there is the two RCA plugs for going into the auxiliary sockets on your car radio, which just feed to, pop that open, come on mate, here we go, trying to make every bit of this, which just go to the auxiliary socket. And of course there's the USB for charging things. Now, fact is you may have another device that you'd like to plug in, but that's only got RCA sort of outputs. Anyway, those outputs, there's a pair of female RCAs, and one of these here, pluggy-doos, which is part of that kit, which really just means that you can plug all kinds of things in. They're really quite inexpensive. I've got these to give away. So the idea being that anybody can get onto us on Talk Audio Co.uk. I'll have a little check out on the forum there, Talk Audio Co.uk, and we'll be giving these little things away to people whose cars seem to most deserve it. So thanks ever so much to In-Car Tech. Do check out the site. They've got some very, very clever little bits and bobs. Can tell you that the straightforward auxiliary socket comes with one of these and some screws, and that's a fairly serious interference fit, rather solidly, thickly made little plastic moulding. If I can show you that, that's not a little flimsoid piece. I actually tried to fit this socket into there before I sort of went on air, as it were, and discovered that it was really quite a serious interference. Anyway, the fact is that you need to do that properly before you screwed it in place. Oh, hang on, live on Talk Audio TV. There we go. Let's just rely on the autofocus to finally finish this thing off. It's not doing it. Come on, baby. I'm so sick of talking to her like this. That's the whole point of doing the manual focus, but she's done it all around. So there we go. The fabulousness of my Carl's Ice lens on my Sony, and incartech.co.uk. Do check them out. Some fabulous little affordable, sensible little accessories that make just perfect sense. That's Adam Rayner signing out for Talk Audio TV.